What's the thing about Hawaii that you love the most? Maybe it's because your family's still on the mainland.
You know, honestly, I love the way that people care for each other. There's a term here called Ohana, and that means family. But your Ohana does not mean we're blood relatives, right? And there is something about the way that people here really reach out and extend their love, their friendship, their support over the many years. Anytime I've had anything I needed, I had a group of people always willing to be there for me. And it's just something that I've never felt or existed on the mainland. This amazing unconditional love and support, and you know, there's no walls around it. There's no definition for who is you're in your Ohana, essentially. So
how cool.
Yeah.
I've heard that term before because I have a 12-year-old, and I think that was on Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah.
I think I'm not exactly sure.
Well, everybody here is an auntie or an uncle, so you know, all of my friends' kids, whether they're 5 or 15, or even some of them who are over 20, every time I walk in the door, it's first of all you get a kiss, and it's hello, auntie. You see them on the street, they will stop and say hello. Very good kids here.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's right on millennials and Gen Xers and all.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get into some vacation rentals. That okay?
Yeah.
All righty. So I know you mostly deal with condos. That's probably the main animal there. What's your median price for a condo there?
So if you don't mind, I'll just kind of answer that question a little bit more broadly first. So for all of you guys listening, you may know I work for Vacasa, and we are now the world's largest short-term rental manager, manage over 23,000 properties globally, which is phenomenal. So what I do here in Hawaii is I help grow the number of properties underneath our management. And I'm also the principal broker here for our brokerage, which means that I oversee all of the real estate transactions that go through our brokerage here in the state. Right now, we are operating on the 4 primary islands, which would be Maui, Oahu, Kauai, and the Big Island. We've got agents on every island able to help our customers, and also to support our vacation rental management business. So I'm coming to you today from Maui, which is where I live, and I will kind of talk about the Maui market first. One thing to know is that what Vacasa does primarily with our real estate program is we are here to help investors. So those people who come to us all day long saying, I want to invest in the short-term rental market. I hear there's money to be made from buying properties and putting them in a rental program. Can you show me what properties are the best properties to buy? So here in Hawaii, we have a lot of regulation, as do many places around the United States, that revolves around the short-term rental market. And in Hawaii, it's island specific because each island here, more or less, is its own county, and the county is actually who is governing the rental regulations here. So you'll find that if you were to call me and say, hey, Christy, I want to buy an investment in Hawaii, which island is a very important thing to know, because each island has a different law that governs it with respect to short-term rentals. So where I can help you buy will be different, and what I can help you buy will be different. So focusing here on Maui, our laws have been in place for quite a long time. In fact, they're probably the most, what's the word? Lost my thought there. The most mature, so to speak, of all of the legislations that we've had here. That's been around for a long enough time that people know what we can and can't do. So here on Maui, the reality is there are very few permits available for those who have a single family home and want to make it a short-term rental. So few, in fact, that if you were to try to get on the list, you know, it would take you thousands of dollars and many, many years to get that permit. So
get on a list.
What's the? Oh yes, yes.
On a list, and it's a way and a pay.
you can't even get on the list in Maui County unless you've owned the property for at least 5 years. So when I talk to investor buyers, I say, look, we're going to focus on condos in approved areas because then there is no permit required. And so for anybody who's traveled to Hawaii, or excuse me, to Maui, you know that we've got the west side, which is typically is Lahaina up to Kapalua. We've got the south side, which is Kihei, Wailea, Makena. And so most people typically travel to one or both of those destinations and know what they like. And for the most part, you know, the condos within those zones are allowable for short-term rentals. There are some that don't because their actual CCNRs mandate a longer time, but they're still in the vacational zone, so to speak, to make it easy.
Okay.
So going back to your question, what is the median price here in Maui in the condo corridors? Let's say we're at about 500,000, with the average sales price being closer to $700,000.